Just break my heart. What do you feel? Chasing the feelings from ghosts in the sky. I hope they don't mind. I need you near. Something to hold, someone I can call mine. Please don't break my heart. Just break my heart.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to NECC Marvel Rivals here on the Wartburg College Twitch page, or esports Twitch page. I gotta clarify that. As tonight, the Knights will be taking on North Dakota State, and what is a pretty pivotal matchup.
Yeah, as we get close to the end of the season here, every game matters so much more. I mean, every game matters, of course, but now that things are kind of getting towards their final standings, it matters a lot going into playoffs and where your seed's going to be. And so only 2 games left in the season here for Marvel Rivals. It is week 6, and there are 7 weeks total, and then it will be playoff time. So each game matters so much, and especially tonight's matchup. Both teams are 3-2, right? That's what they're at right now?
Yes, both squads are 3-2. North Dakota State currently has the lead. I think it is mostly off of the map differential. They have won 6. Well, they have a positive of 6 compared to Wartburg's 2. So really just overall. But I think whoever wins this essentially will take first place, because I think head-to-heads matter more.
If it's the same as Rocket League, I was looking at that earlier. Win percentages first. Head-to-head matters more in every other league, in every other sport, but not NECC, which I had somebody talking to me today actually saying, like, hey, maybe we should look into this and see if that can get changed, because, yeah, it's so different. Normally, head-to-head's a tiebreaker, but I do believe it is win percentage, like map differential.
I think, okay.
Not necessarily differential. Map win percentage,
okay.
I think, is first.
Because the only listed win percentage is overall win percentage, at least on the League OS page. Although I guess I could also just pull up the actual rulebook as I.
Yeah, that's true. We can double check that. I don't think it is listed, but it is just
how
you
it
can
is.
look at maps won versus maps lost.
Yeah.
And it basically should be map differential. I can't imagine a situation where somebody has a higher map differential but a lower map percentage. I feel like there's not enough possible maps for that to happen, unless like somebody went to game 5 and lost game 5 every single time, and then the other person like swept almost every time. But then like you wouldn't have the same record. So it doesn't feel possible to me in only a 7-week season.
Tiebreakers is match wins, then game differential, and then head-to-head. So yeah, it's total wins and then differential and wins.
Okay.
Which, if you're tied anyways, it shouldn't matter then if map wins. In my head.
If you're tied?
Yeah. Unless like, well, this has got me confused because they have 12 map wins compared to our 10, which is weird to me.
Yeah, because I mean, they might take a map instead of getting swept or something like that.
Oh, that's true.
Because it's best of 5.
That's right. I actually didn't even think about that because I genuinely only counted like if you won the game for some reason in my brain.
Easy. Yeah, it's weird when it's maps. Like if you think about it in terms of like Rocket League, when it's just game differential. Excuse me, I have to sneeze.
That's always fun.
Well, there we go. Got that out of the way. But yeah, when it's map differential, it's just basically just games in a best of 5, but different map and game mode every time.
We'll take a look at the map order. As always, it is the same. It'll be, well, let me double check that myself. It's too small for me to read there. Domination, then Convergence, then Convoy, then back to Domination and Convergence. As I think they said in chat that they were waiting for just their PC. One of their PCs didn't have it updated for some reason.
Classic, yeah.
It is.
The classic esports conundrum of making sure everything is downloaded and up to date.
It's always scary because like you never know. And there have been a few times where I've had to download an update right before going live because I didn't think to check before while getting it set up.
Yeah, on the stream PC, you also have to make sure you have the updates. We have different competition computers from our practice computers, so sometimes the competition PCs didn't have it updated quite yet. Normally it doesn't take too long to do updates, though.
That is true, unless it's like an actual game-changing update, but normally it's not. Normally it's all right, but yeah, it gets a little silly sometimes. I guess while we wait, can go through the lineups as the final player is in. For Wartburg, it'll be Maragaz, Just One Gremlin, Super Candy Kill, SKK, Quantum Tiger, King, and Yugatoon. As for North Dakota State, it'll be Broly Booster, Pocky Too Good. That's kind of a fire name. IZE, Fall Cinnamon, Dune, and the Tibby.
We love gamer names.
They're always so silly. And it's hard because I have to say them as serious as possible all of the time.
Yeah, shout out to the Crop Duster.
I forget. I get so like locked into it that I forget what it actually means.
Yeah, it's just that helicopter that or airplanes. They're not helicopters.
They are helicopter.
Or are they? Sometimes I don't know. I'm not from the Midwest.
If you go by the movie Planes from the Cars universe, Dusty the Crop Duster is a plane.
Okay, there we go. We got him.
We will be going to Hell's Heaven first as we wait for the game to get loaded in.
So when we were talking about the numbers of map differential and whether someone could have a different percentage, that reminded me of our Mario Kart game that we were casting together, and we were wondering what the percent chance was of someone picking, specifically Gremlin, who's also playing today, picking Coconut Mall, all 12 races, and it not getting picked once. And I said, I think it's about a 64% chance. It is a 64.8% chance. I did the math today. I actually sat down and did it.
We get ready.
So here we go, entering the pick ban phase. Now, normally, first ban. Ooh, Emma Snow being the first banned.
I'm always worried whenever teams do that because, quite frankly, it's something that I don't understand. Granted, this is someone who knows Maragaz quite well and how he plays. And granted, Loki isn't exactly the best character in the game anymore. But leaving Loki in general is just kind of crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to pick him, though, because, yeah, Loki, I was just talking to Maragaj about this yesterday. Loki has just been seeing steady nerfs, slowly but surely.
This also makes sense to me. Hella, I think it's almost consensus the best character in the game at this point.
Yeah, especially in the hands of SKK here.
And the Namor ban makes absolute sense because of that team up, which is disgusting to play against, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I've only played one game against the team up because it's the only time it's ever been let through. I did not enjoy that game in the slightest.
Yeah, it is devastating for sure.
It'd be interesting to see who this pick is here. Emma Frost banned, so it'll be Bucky. That's a pick for King, I believe, correct?
I would assume so. I feel like we haven't seen a whole lot of Wartburg Bucky.
That's very true. What else do you see there? The Lord icon for False Cinnamon. Because I think the teams are backwards. Hold on. There it is. Sometimes the overlay just does it where it cuts off their logo. Because it's never a perfect square.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of schools have their logos a little too long or a little too tall.
One thing that is good about Wartburg, we do have our perfect square logo.
It is just a circle. By the way, missed a pick there, did NDSU. It's happened a lot more than I would think.
Yeah, and the rules do state that if you do not lock that pick in time, you cannot go back and type in chat like that was supposed to be. If you missed a pick, you missed the pick. That's that.
There's been a few picks missed. I think more bans than picks missed, which I think that is actually more devastating. The final ban, Star-Lord.
Yeah, 3 flankers banned from the side of Wartburg. Really making sure that their back line is okay. I do think that in the past, that has been something they've struggled with, is keeping that back line up and healthy.
Yeah, it depends. Oh, we will see Penny team up from NDSU. It's my favorite team up in the game, quite frankly.
I don't know if I'm fully up to date on all the team ups right now.
So
I've been playing a lot this season.
And we are not getting the Penny. Hold on, Tibby might switch over. Rocket incoming. We are not going to get it. Essentially, it just means that Penny gets a second nest to place down, and Rocket's respawn beaten shoots mines.
Okay.
And as someone who loves playing Penny, especially the new skin that she just got, I love that skin so much. The Day of the Dead skin. I love any excuse. And there it is. It's finally back.
All right, yeah.
We'll switch over.
Have the rocket
I'll
there.
show you. If I could tab into the game, that'd be nice. You see it there. The 2 icons at the bottom, as well as the rocket beacon shooting out the mines. We'll get back over to Yugatoon. And now Wartburg has one of their own.
Yeah, both teams opting to run it. Never mind.
And
they
the liar.
swap.
And both teams swapped away. And I feel lied to and cheated.
Interesting. Why? I wonder why both teams did that. Oh, do they get the shields? It looks like Bucky still has the shields from the generator.
That would make sense.
So I bet that's why both teams do it. I'm sure that makes basically no difference, but is technically optimal, so that's why they're doing it. As we see Yogatoon here on the Magneto now, as the typical Emma was banned.
I'm also surprised to not see the typical secondary pick for Yugatoon in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and I wasn't fully paying attention to the pick bans if that got banned
No,
later.
Strange
Oh no,
has-
Strange is on the other team.
Yeah, they
so
have
yeah,
Hockey too good, playing Strange here.
and a Hulk from both teams. I know after last week with Gremlin playing a lot of Venom, he was talking about how he wishes he would have just played Hulk instead. So the Hulk coming out now. I know he loves his Hulk.
It really is interesting because, granted, as someone who doesn't really play any like rush tanks, it's kind of hard for me to tell a real difference. But I don't know how they are different other than Venom just gets the swing in.
Yeah, I think Venom is capable of doing a little bit more damage. Hulk has a little bit more utility in shields and stuns, but he is a bit of a giant tickle monster sometimes.
That is very true, especially when you get knocked down to the scientist.
Especially when he hulks out.
He is hulking.
As we see SKK here on that Hela, I do love this skin as well.
It is really good. That is one thing about this game is they will not stop producing amazing skins for the characters. I mean, like I said with the Penny skin, it probably is my favorite in the game.
Yeah, they do a phenomenal job with that. And as we look at ultimates here, finally they're going to get popped. Almost every character in the game has their ult right now. On the side of Wartburg, literally everybody has their ult. See Cloak and Dagger being used, but Wartburg securing the kills right there.
A quad for Gremlin, rushing in as, is it Monster Hulk, I believe?
I do not know the technical
Something
name
like
for
that. I just call it the big guy.
Winston Ultimate.
That's true. A
Primal
strange
Rage.
portal.
And there's the last second portal. And the ultimates are going to be popped by the Eye of Avocado.
That's what they sell at Del Taco, right?
And Hela was just staring for a second and not shooting.
I think it was more waiting for the shields of anything, more pressure
Why not just shoot the whole time? I have no idea. I don't know. They're better at the video game than I am, but we do see Margash playing his Loki here.
Back to Loki, and it probably there is going to be the copy, and it is for the Cloak and Dagger ult.
And it is interesting that you're able to copy your teammates. I feel like most characters like that, you have to copy an opponent.
I think it kind of adds to it because it really often it makes sense to copy Cloak and Dagger because it is both support and a little bit of damage in on the other side.
Yeah, typically with a Loki, you do just copy another support ultimate.
Dude,
And Wartburg not going to win that fight as, ooh, SKK messes up his bird. Going to get caught on the ceiling there. And it looks like now Wartburg's going to be trying to farm up another support ultimate before they take this next fight. It shouldn't be last fight, but it might be close. They do have Portal online in their back pocket, though. So if Wartburg loses this fight, they can probably swap the Portal back.
in terms of how Ultimate's going, both of the Buckies are ready to use theirs, and we're going to see Gremlin jumping in now. He's getting close to the Hulk Ultimate.
And yeah, with all this poking going on before the engagement, this probably will be last fight here.
Eye of Agamotto, as well as the Bucky ult being thrown out. Now here's King going for his. Isn't going to be able to get anything on that though, but there are two Cloak and Dagger ults out at the same time. All you hear is damage and healing noises at the exact same time from everybody. Luna Snow
Up in their ult. I mean, Loki did also just pop Cloak and Dagger ult for the second time now. Who's going to outlast? Wartburg has the lower numbers left alive here, but that's going to be a pick on the Invisible Woman.
Cloak, those dagger.
Oh, that was... I think it's Invisible Woman, I'm not going to lie.
It's dagger.
Oh.
But it isn't looking like it's going to matter. Quantum Tiger is going to be able to get there in time.
It is dagger, you are correct.
And that will be map number 1.
And what a swing of things there. It looked like Wartburg was starting off just dominant those first two fights, but that portal saved him. Going around two here.
They're 96% completely uncontested. Both teams, as soon as they took control, it kind of didn't really matter after that. Just a complete sweep after it.
Yeah, it's so interesting in Marvel Rivals compared to a game that I have much more experience in of Overwatch. Fights can last so long in Marvel Rivals just because of the nature of how strong healing is, the nature of 6v6.
Yeah, 6v6 kind of helps with that a lot.
Having support ultimates that last for 8 to 10, 12 seconds, depending on the ultimate.
Yeah, complete AoE.
Yeah, just insane. The only thing similar to that in Overwatch is Zenyatta's Transcendence, which maybe lasts, what, like 5, 6 seconds?
I don't even know. I had to learn Overwatch completely for last year, and so I'm probably going to have to relearn it again for next season.
Yeah, I got a whole new character now. A hero that I have yet to touch. But this is Marvel Rivals, where, speaking of new characters, Daredevil is now legal to play. Well, it'd be interesting to see if we see any Daredevil in play. I doubt it. I don't really know what he does. But I know that he is now allowed.
I don't really know what he does either, because in every single comp game that I play, he is almost instantly banned. Because people just don't want to deal with it. A nice pick there by SKK.
A Dueling Dragons going on here.
That ride closed down.
And looks like NDSU will be coming out on top here. Yeah, Gremlin going to try to save his life.
I think actually exiled the other Hulk in order to be able to get away.
Yeah, Hulk diff. And that's going to pop again. Interesting that he can build ultimate while his ultimate's going. Because he did that again there. He was at 8%.
Yep. By the way, I didn't even notice this. You see Gremlin there, mouse 5 for the shield.
Oh, it shows their keybinds, huh?
Yes. And everything's going here. Gremlin is going to get... No, the Loki, keeping him alive for just a little bit longer, is going to get knocked down back to Banner.
I'm probably hoping to get Cloak and Dagger ult in time, but Cloak and Dagger goes down where their ultimate was at like 97%. So Wartburg just going to reset here. Yeah, Hella going to farm some ult charge as well.
SKK always stat padding.
He actually, from talking to him, usually very aware of trying not to do unnecessary damage to not farm support ultimates, since they are some of the most valuable resources. As we see a great off angle here from SKK. See if he's able to do anything in that top corner, but most of the fight's happening inside. And Cloak and Dagger ult going to be popped at the exact same time as Luna Snow. And the Eye of Avocado going to be popped there, but I mean, they're in their ultimate, but they are not able to stay alive afterwards.
So another Cloak and Dagger ult, that time by NDSU, and Maragaz using the Luna Snow ult. Just quite literally a trade there. Now both of the Hellas in their ults. But hard focus there, and a pick going for both supports is going to get it, is SKK.
But it is Dueling Dragons who's going to come out on top here. Sam SKK goes down. It looks like it is... Ooh, there is a Cloak and Dagger as well as 2 tanks on the point. And looks like this fight is going to last long enough for basically everybody to just make it back.
And NDSU at 99%, Wartburg need to take it here.
Oh, did that get canceled? It sounds like it did. Not sure what it got canceled by, but it got canceled by something.
I think it might have. I'm unsure because it did. It was, I believe it was a freeze. That's why Pocky Too Good is back to 50% and then was picked off by King, who is going to get taken down by the Hulk. Wartburg do take control of the point.
But maybe not holding it for very long here.
Yeah, that is the question if they're going to be able to keep on to this one.
Quantum Tiger doing everything he can to survive. Yogatoon doing everything she can to stay on this point for as long as possible.
And once again, double support ults.
And she is going to keep the point long enough for the rest of the team to come back with support ultimates. And now the whole team is here. It is back to a 6v6. Eye of Agamotto is going to be popped. It's not going to get blocked. That's going to be a lot of kills coming out now for NDSU. Armed and Dangerous, we're not going to get enough value, and it looks like Wartburg going to get wiped here. Gremlin going to do what he can to just stall the point, but it's going to swap back over. Possible portal, but probably not.
It's going to be hard. Maragaz is going to have to get this touch here before
no
anything.
one was able to... Oh, there is the portal, but it is a bit too late since Doctor Strange was dead. And dying with Doctor Strange ult in pocket is very unfortunate as NDSU takes map 1.
So that'll swing the potential standings in their favor. As now, even if they do lose through, they're going to have at least a plus of 3.
That was the longest MVP I've ever seen.
They're so long sometimes. You see the stats here. Yugatoon most? By the way, is it Yugatoon or Yogatoon? Because I've always been saying Yugatoon.
I think it's Yogatoon. There's 1-0.
I guess
always pronounced it that way.
I could also just ask her, probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've always said Yogatoon.
Most healing done there. That was IZE, 30,000. Also with most assists on the game. Kind of just an overall very good performance from North Dakota State. As you see here, take the lead on the maps. Wartburg in with a good chance at first point. Just not able to get anything to swap to actually fully complete the bar.
They almost brought it back on that second point as well when they did get control and then delayed long enough for everybody to get back. But I think they used a whole lot of resources in their ultimates to reset that fight and to stall it out that NDSU was just able to pop more ultimates and win that fight. Because Marvel Rivals is really all about ultimate economy. It is, you group up, make sure you use your ultimates well. Try not to stack them, like stack support ultimates. You want to make sure those are staggered, but using other ultimates at the proper time, not getting them canceled, like we saw in Eye of Agamotto getting canceled. And yeah, NDSU was just able to take that one out. But both those rounds were pretty close. I do think, I mean, both these teams have an equal record going into this point of the season, so we should be in for a really good game. It'll be interesting to see what character picks change, as we do have our next map here for Convergence. It's going to be Symbiotic Surface.
Yeah, going to Clintar for the first Convergence map of the day. Yeah, it really will be interesting because obviously, I think it is now. I think Wartburg are going to have first ban because it typically is defense side that gets first ban. Unless because, so this is the first time I've ever seen them actually swap sides, not by literally swapping the sides of the teams, but rather the attack and defense in the actual lobby. So I don't know if it's going to change anything.
Oh, interesting. I would assume it goes based on attack defense rather than the sides of the lobby. That would make more sense, but you never know.
You do never know with video games.
Never know.
Video games are not supposed to make sense.
Here we go, heading into this next pick ban phase here. I'm assuming Wartburg probably sticking to all their similar bans of banning all these flankers, 3 of which you can see picked right there.
It is. No, it's still Team 2 bans first.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, there we go. Now we see the Emma being banned first again, rather than the Hella being banned. I bet it looks like both teams have Hella players, so that's why they're not opting for that ban that normally goes first. And yeah, the Loki with the nerfs, I feel like it's not as ban-worthy as it once used to be. Very unfortunate for Wartburg College.
There it is. Once again, the Hella pick from SKK. I believe it was Dune for NDSU who was on Hella as well. Did a very good job themselves.
Yeah, the ultimates were typically popped at around the same time. It's very interesting there.
A pick for Bruce Banner, because that's who everyone plays. No one plays the Hulk. It's Bruce Banner.
That's true. That is true. I'd assume that Wartburg's pick bans will be relatively the same. So far, first 3 are the same.
Yeah, just more. Is it flank or is it dive? Because I've always heard it, at least in this game, it's always been dive.
Yeah, I think typically dive is the
terminology
term people use.
Yeah.
Shout out to the game Paladins that
True.
had a 4th role called flanker. They were not called DPS or damage. They were called flanker. It had its own role. Very, very cool, actually.
I was a Ying main, Paladins.
I loved Maldamba because I thought it was so cool that his reload is an attack.
I didn't know. Granted, Paladins had too many characters.
Yeah, they did add a lot. I played way back when there wasn't that many, actually, because I am old. I played Paladins before I ever played Overwatch, actually.
Yeah, I played Paladins because it was Overwatch but free.
Yep.
And then they made
That's why I
Overwatch
bought it
free.
as well.
And then they made Overwatch free. No, that's when I first found that I enjoyed playing supports. Was booting up Ying.
All right, interesting. We do have the Venom save.
And a Jeff ban, and then a Punisher ban from Wartburg rounds it out.
Yeah, I do think that so so now the Star-Lord is able to go through, and it would be interesting if we saw Quantum Tiger running the Jeff. I know he loves to run the Jeff. Not sure why they don't run it more than they do, but I do think it would be really cool because they do have that ability.
It is always interesting because he gets so giddy about it too. He absolutely loves going the Jeff.
Yeah, we might see triple support here. It looks like we are going to see triple support. Now, typically, I believe in the past when triple support has been pulled out inside of Wartburg, we've seen Sam SKK on the Adam Warlock since he loves his hit scan. But you're going to see Sam SKK stay on the Hella, and Quantum Tiger is going to be running the Adam Warlock.
Yeah, that one doesn't really surprise me, especially because SKK, I mean, when Hella is an option, no, not really a point to not take it. So see here, this is where the point must be captured in order to start the payload.
And also interesting that they're running the Adam Warlock, known to be the DPS support, instead of Ultron, who is also now the DPS support. But I think these longer ranges, the Adam Warlock is going to help a lot more for holding this objective. As you can see, Wartburg planning to hold pretty far up, so they have space to fall back to, and not allowing NDSU to get that flank to the backline. They have to fight their way to earn these side lanes. We see a pick coming off on that Star-Lord. But trades one for themselves. The Adam Warlock's going to go down here.
Gremlin getting knocked back down to Banner. I think also a reason that you would want to go Adam Warlock over Ultron is just, realistically, Ultron's healing kind of barely there sometimes, it feels. Because you have to be within range of your teammates. There's a little circle around you if you have the healing bot, as well as the shield is quite effective at least. But in terms of general healing, and especially survivability, it seems Adam Warlock is just a better character for it.
Yeah, this Hulk going in pretty deep here. Is he going to make it out? This is the Gremlin Classic. He loves to live life on the edge and getting as low as he can before getting healed back up. And that's why he likes these dive tanks. And it's interesting that they saved the Venom just for NDSU to go Venom.
Yeah, I was more expecting Gremlin as Maragaz goes down inside of the Mantis ult. Gremlin is going to go down too. SKK.
And that's one of the downsides of the Mantis ult. It is not near as foolproof as some of the other supports. And now SKK going to portal, but the Hulk going to exile him before he can open that portal. Going to die for it, but it does secure the point. And they're going to wall themselves off by spamming melee because video game players cannot do nothing for a second.
That's very true. That was a very dangerous situation there. The Venom of NDSU coming in, trying to take down the supports, thankfully had enough survivability with themselves, I think. And there it is. There's the Legendary. The Star-Lord flanking in on the side. Q being pressed by King. Yugatoon through the Magneto ult. Isn't going to get a kill on that one. Tibby now with the Cloak and Dagger ult. And Quantum Tiger does have the Warlock ult that is not...
Oh, he tried to keep him up, but he did go down. It is really hard to position when you're playing into a Hulk and Venom. You know, Adam Warlock wants these kind of far-off angles where he can take advantage of his hit scan damage, but you don't want to be too separate from your team when there's these dive tanks running around.
Oh, and there's the Monster Hulk, literally a second away from Banner coming back out. Adam Warlock ult has been used, so King is just going to spawn right back in.
And there it is, Adam Warlock, you know, it's all or nothing, really. If you die first, you can't even do much with it. And sometimes you use it, but the enemies just run to right to where you're spawning because you spawn with basically 1 HP.
And essentially a team wipe there. They aren't going to get credit for the ace.
Wartburg sticking to this triple support here. We'll see if any changes come out, but it doesn't look like it.
I do think it's more also a thing because of Adam Warlock being able to get the respawn. You don't have to have the delay in terms of getting to the point or to the payload. And so it's constant pressure rather than if you lose the team fight, you're just kind of out of luck. Star-Lord ult once again is going to get counteracted by the Luna Snow.
And both times getting someone down to less than 20 HP before getting healed back up. Probably very frustrating for that Star-Lord, who is going to go down, and Bucky goes down shortly after. Wartburg going to take advantage of this fight here as
SKK
Hulk gets transformed.
Gets the pick there alongside of his Margaz getting the final hit. Margaz also does have the Mantis ult ready. But we're getting closer and closer to NDSU having both of their support ults. SKK, though, might be able to put more pressure on them as soon as those are popped. Does have the Hela ult at the ready. Is going to pop it now.
And gets the pick on the backline. Great timing with Gremlin in the backline too. Diving those supports, just adding to that damage, adding to their attention that's getting split. And where am I getting from? Is it from the sky? Is it from the Hulk behind me? It is both. Where do you look? It doesn't matter. You're dead.
Yeah, the Mantis ult was popped at the same time as that. It does mean, though, that NDSU is going to get essentially free pressure here, having both of their support ults at the ready. King, though, is getting closer and closer to building up that Luna Snow ult. There's the Cloak and Dagger.
And used to just push forward, but Wartburg going to walk right back into them, not let them gain any ground from it, as they are popping their Luna Snow ult in response. Now the only ultimate left from the side of Wartburg is the Adam Warlock, who goes down before you can use it, and that's the huge downside to that ultimate. You have to play extremely safe when you have it.
A team wipe there means NDSU is probably going to be able... Oh no, Adam Warlock revives themselves, uses the team revive, is going to be a million ults in response to it.
Yeah, all in a last-ditch effort to try to hold this point.
And the Mantis ult just in time is going to keep pressure on NDSU. Wartburg doing a good job. I didn't even realize that the Adam Warlock still had revive for himself.
I did not notice that either, and that might be enough for Wartburg to win this fight. And if they do, this is going to be the last fight of this point. Mantis going down, but just everybody trickling in now from the side of NDSU. And Wartburg gets the pressure. NDSU has 12 seconds left to touch this point. Are they going to do it? Probably. We do see the Doctor Strange swap. The Hulk trying to make it to the back line to get that exile in time. Does not get there in time. Gets a little distracted. The portal is going to open. Hulk's just going to take it back. Gets popping his ult, going into Hulk smash mode. And Star-Lord's going to go down right away, but so is Adam Warlock. This is an even fight for both teams, as it is the last fight of the point. See Hulk just removing someone from the game for a short amount of time.
That was Strange there. Did get healed while it was happening. SKK, however, in Hella form, the Strange is going to come up and use the shield. Still trying to get a lot of pressure in on the supports. This is going to get a kill. King, though, uses the Luna Snow ult. Now both support ults ready. Yugatun is swapped to Rocket.
Probably for that mobility to just try to get back as soon as possible.
Eye of Agamotto has gone. SKK still standing.
Not sure how. I guess Hulk the Tickle Monster. We see Legendary being popped and no support ults to be there to counter it.
There is Yugatun using the Rocket ult. Is the last one standing alongside of Quantum Tiger, who is going to go down eventually. Yugatun still near the point, but it isn't going to matter. And with a sliver left in overtime, NDSU is going to push it to the next point. They're going to get a minute 30 added on.
Wow, very surprising. It did not look like NDSU was going to be able to get that touch, but they got their portal off and were able to get back. And that's the second time now that NDSU has portaled back to point and gotten a whole lot of value off of it. As Hulk goes down early, unable to get out, this is going to be huge momentum now for NDSU. Wartburg should be pulling back, just trying to buy as much time as possible for their Hulk to respawn. He is respawned. Can he get back before anybody else goes down?
One support each for either side. Gremlin now on Thing. And in goes the Hulk to the back line of Wartburg. Gonna have to bounce back instantly though. Maragaz does have the Mantis ult ready, but Luna Snow on the other side is there. Actually, King is gonna pop his first. Both Luna Snow is essentially a stalemate here. Eye of Agamotto is used.
Tried to time that Eye of Agamotto, I bet, at the end of Luna Snow ult before the Mantis was able to combo into their ult.
Hulk put to sleep. Legendary alongside of the Cloak and Dagger ult is going to take down a few. Quantum Tiger.
The revive coming out here, and that's how you do it. Is it going to be enough, though? The Hulk tickling him down, trying to get those last few revives. Does get the revives, but now everybody trickling back onto point. This will be the last fight. Whoever wins this fight gets the map point here. Well, not necessarily, but it'll be NDSU pushing it all the way. Everybody up for the side of Wartburg, as Adam Warlock and Mantis both go down. Have a one number advantage here.
Monster Hulk coming out for NDSU.
Bucky taking someone down with him before he goes. It is just Gremlin left on this point, duking it out with a Hulk.
This actually might be enough time for teammates to roll in as well. I hear a strange portal. There it is.
It's going to be the portal on the side of NDSU. They were able to get it a second time. Man, these fights have been lasting so long. A second portal was available. That's going to be huge, as Adam Warlock just has to touch point, and that's a death sentence right there for a support to be doing that. It almost gets the kill with that. The Cloak and Dagger survives with just a sliver of HP, but that is enough time for Luna Snow to pop their ultimate on the point.
And NDSU have none of their support ults.
As the support actually goes down right there. See Eye of Agamotto getting popped right as that Luna Snow ultimate goes down, and we see another Star-Lord ultimate being popped. Wow, a fight for the ages.
And the swap back to Banner pushed the Hulk as intangible off of the while on top of the symbiote payload. So essentially, nobody on point. Wartburg completely surrounding it. Ends overtime. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah, I actually was unaware that during transformation you are not allowed to contest point. Very different from the similar character of Diva in Overwatch, where if you are transforming and getting demeched in Overwatch, you are still contesting the point.
Well, that's also because, as I believe you can still take damage during getting out of the mech for Diva, unless I'm wrong in that.
I do think you can take damage. Yeah,
because that's the thing. During any Hulk transformation, you are just intangible, and you cannot be hit. Do I have collisions off still? I do. What's the button for that again? I think it's...
1 second as
we're just gonna swap over here, and then we're gonna
look
go
at the
cam.
controls.
I always have to look. I can never remember.
There is a lot to it. And now we will see, as it is Wartburg's turn to attack. They are still rocking the triple support. I thought that that was probably just going to be a defense thing, but it looks like offense is what they're running it on as well.
Yeah, both teams going, I believe it's actually completely the same lineups. Nothing changed for either side.
And we do see the thing, yeah, Gremlin's saying on the thing, which the whole point of the thing is that he's immovable. He cannot be moved by any sort of interactions that will displace somebody, such as Bucky's hook on the other team. The thing could not be hooked. Not that he would be the prime hook target anyway.
I guess I didn't even think about that. That is very true. That's also mostly because I just play Invisible Woman and I can never push or pull thing. And it kind of annoys me.
So look, here's the thing.
Bucky the first to go down for NDSU and in this push.
And Gremlin doing what Gremlin does best, just walking forward and staying alive on that sliver of HP, taking his character to the limit as he is punching his way through this backline, duking it out with the Hulk. Trying to get this flank off. Is he going to be able to make it back? Yep, that dash is going to just push through the entire team, get back to his healers as that Cloak and Dagger's running away with 1 HP, looking a little juicy, and there is the kill.
And the Bucky in there as well is going to give Gremlin the double. Wartburg complete the push, or complete the capture.
Yeah, now all these characters are going to be getting staggered. Going to portal out. They're all going to chase through the portal. Not getting away this time, but now they're kind of stranded in who knows where. Is Doctor Strange going to get out? Almost, but he's going to get punched down. That's a huge stagger. That is a big no-no on the side of NDSU. You do not let yourself get staggered like that. If you're going to die, you need to die as a team. And now NDSU just going to have to poke here. Unable to do really much of anything.
And Wartburg still have about 5 minutes to get to first point. NDSU had to hit overtime. And of course, obviously, they stalled out at the end. The ultimate from the thing isn't going to go off, got frozen.
Yeah, you do get 50% ult recharge refunded, though, when that happens, which is interesting.
Wartburg, double support ult. SKK in the air, going to try to take down the Star-Lord. Or maybe go just for a pick or two. Is not going to be able to get that Bucky.
Oh, very close. Is there some other people low? The Hulk gets away as NDSU just tries to reset here. Oh, but the Star-Lord caught sleeping! And SKK is not going to let you get away with that. Do not stand still against this man. He will click on your head.
Yeah, just waiting for anything to happen there. I think the reason that fight had gone to Wartburg was that Tibby, the Cloak and Dagger, for NDSU had gone down and is going to get taken out again. Still not able to use that ult. Wartburg are going to get to the second point, have now about 5:30 to get this push. They are playing into NDSU, who is going to have both of their support ults ready to at least get one stop.
And the triple support working out in favor of Wartburg on attack.
That's really interesting.
SKK trying to sneak through there. The pick is found, though, by Yogatun. And that's, again, another really big stagger. Look at all this distance that Wartburg's just getting uncontested for free. They're probably going to make it to the corner, which really will just be one more big fight.
I don't think NDSU, during this Wartburg push, have been able to get off a single support ult. As Fall Cinnamon with the... There it is. Finally, Wartburg being able to deal with the Star-Lord ult.
But the thing is going to go down in that meantime as everybody looked up to the sky.
Quantum Tiger is going to reject that notion. And there's Thing alongside the Tibby ult for the Cloak and Dagger. SKK getting brought back to life instantly is going to go down again, though.
And that's the downside to that ultimate. I mean, you do get revived, but it's all for naught at times if somebody's there waiting for you to spawn with 1 HP, as it just continues to happen.
And for the first time, Wartburg is going to go down completely. NDSU take control of the payload. It's going to get pushed back slowly, but even then, they have not that long to go with 4 minutes still.
And realistically, Wartburg should look to just kind of stack 6 ultimates, clear the fight, and try to win. Easier said than done, of course, as oftentimes the opposing team could just stack 6 ultimates to answer back.
Ball Cinnamon now on the penny. Gonna lay down mines, try to catch any Wartburg players. It's probably mostly for SKK, I'll be honest, trying to find any side positions. King with the Luna Snow ult. And there is the Luna Snow ult now for NDSU. Yugatun is going to use gets the kill there. Eye of Agamotto. That's on both supports.
Yeah, but with only Adam Warlock left on the side of Wartburg, you get this pick, but what's it for? And apparently it's for SKK to go crazy as he steps directly into a mine.
And then gets killed by the E of the Bucky.
But Yogatune still doing what she can to push this payload forward. It is going to make it to this corner. The distance is ticking down as a death mission goes on there for Gremlin, who just charges to the back line and gets melted.
Yeah, and that is the difference. You see there, the ultimate charge did go to 0 for Gremlin. That's because only when you get either webbed there by Penny or frozen by Luna Snow, I think slept or exiled by either Mantis or Hulk, then you get 50% back because technically nothing really happened. You just kind of had an ability casted on you. But if you die during the start of your ult, it will go straight to 0. A lot of pressure in here in the front. Yugatun doing a good job of keeping it up. Quantum Tiger does have the revive ready. Is going to go down though. Maragaz uses the Mantis ult. Timmy with the Cloak and Dagger. And this Bucky is wreaking havoc on Wartburg.
And there you go. You see Yogatune just calling it a quits, just standing on that payload and letting them kill her so she can reset. I wonder if a character swap will come out. Probably not. Full ultimate. Going to stay these characters, but we did see the Mantis ult. Now we see Gremlin actually swapping off tank, going to the Iron Man.
Quantum Tiger going to swap, and we're off of the triple support now. Quantum Tiger.
Yeah, big comp change here.
On the Cloak and Dagger. King still on Luna Snow. Marga is on Strange.
Oh, and this Iron Man going to get poked down, going to need some healing as he poked a little bit prematurely there. Gonna bird over the top, get out of there. You see the Luna Snow ultimate getting popped. Now time is ticking down. They had lots of time, but it's getting towards the end of this time bank now. Only 1 minute left for Wartburg to push this all the way, as they're gonna go down once again. I think one of the keys on this Iron Man, you need to wait for the proper time to go out and use your abilities. I wonder if we're going to see a swap off Iron Man. They're going back towards spawn, but nope, going to stay on Iron Man and see how this works out.
When I saw this Iron Man come out, quite frankly, I expected one of the supports to switch to Ultron, get the team up there. It's essentially running another DPS, but it does add an extra ability to Ultron. Gremlin with an ult, as is Yogatun and Quantum Tiger for Wartburg.
Yeah, 2 one-shot ultimates ready to go, and that's going to get a kill on somebody, and oh, the Iron Man going to fall there.
Spider time as Penny Parker rushes in to the point, laying down mines. This ult by Quantum Tiger is going to pick off the other Cloak and Dagger, trying to get this rocket, does get taken down. Wartburg in overtime, a lot of pressure in here, trying to move this forward. Strange up in the air, Penny is going to go down.
Phenomenal Cloak and Dagger ult there, phenomenal. Just textbook, switching to Cloak right after, picking off the other support. Will it be enough, though, to get the rest of the distance? The time is in overtime right now. Everybody, this Cloak and Dagger is going to ult onto point to engage, buy time for the rest of their team to get back. What does Wartburg have to answer? Looks like they might have been a little bit out of position as they were just hoping to get that distance. Everybody popping whatever ultimate they have right now. Eye of Agamotto getting popped right there. Is he going to get any picks with it? He does get one, but 2 go down in the back line at the same time. See Hella popping ultimate. Unable to touch point, though, if they're in this ultimate. Going to have to cancel it and drop down. Gets 1 pick, but that's going to be ultimates popped on the side of NDSU. That should be enough.
And it will, as overtime is going to keep clicking down. Wartburg, once again, unable to win this one. And it's seeming like playoffs are a little bit out of reach. NDSU doing a good job of holding consistently as they take a 2-0 lead now in the series.
And man, both these maps extremely close from both sides, though. Wartburg, once again, starting off very, very strong on that attack. They had 5 minutes going into that last point and just couldn't break through that corner.
That is the forever MVP screen.
It really does last a long time.
See the stats there. My goodness, the healing numbers by King. 64,000. I don't think I've seen the number go that high ever for healing.
That is extremely high.
Just overall, but you see there again, NDSU, both of their tanks under double-digit deaths. That really is the key there. If you can keep your tanks alive, you can kind of do anything because of how much damage they can soak up.
And that Bucky getting 50,000 damage, that is a lot.
So that little notion right there, that 5, that is for a penta. Quite literally, it's 5 members of Wartburg's squad getting wiped out by Dune, at least at one point during that game. That obviously is going to help a lot. And that Bucky ult is going to do a lot to do it. As we take a look back at the map pool. NDSU taking it once again. 1 win away from taking the series.
Convoy going to be up next. See what the map pick is here shortly. But yeah, Wartburg, still, this game is still doable. That's why you have to play all 5 matches and you don't end if it's a 2-0. So all these games are so close, and it looks like we will be heading to Midtown next.
Waiting for the response. And once again, NDSU want to trailblaze, going to go attack first. They are asking, though, for a quick break, so we're going to take one as well. Be back in just a moment. Well, I guess we'll just keep this screen up here, but just turn the music up for a little bit. We are getting ready for game number 3 here between Wartburg and North Dakota State.
Game point here, map point, if you will. I guess set point.
Yeah.
Series point.
Series.
Whatever you want to call it. One more map for NDSU, and they will take tonight's game. But it is not over. Wartburg, if they have anything to say about it, are going to fight tooth and nail to try to secure this playoff spot for themselves.
A Hulk ban is the first one from Wartburg, as well as that's after the Emma Frost ban from NDSU. It's been their most consistent thing. Is it takes them 5 seconds to ban Emma Frost.
Normally that Psylocke is first ban, so we'll see if we get the Psylocke save, and they do. They see that it's open, and they say, thank you very much. We will take that.
I would not be surprised if Margaz is going to play Invisible Woman here in order to essentially counter that. Invisible Woman is a very good choice against Dive, simply because she has the push as well as the AoE damage that she can throw. Namor ban, once again, it's kind of a guarantee as soon as you see a Hela pick, you're going to see Namor banned. A ban on Bucky now.
Yeah, makes sense after the showing of that last game.
Yeah, it was kind of absurd.
But I wonder, who was that was on Bucky?
That was Dune.
It was Dune, yeah, and Dune is the Psylocke player, so there was kind of no point to ban Bucky if you saw that they saved Psylocke, because most likely Dune's just going to be on that Psylocke the whole time. And now we see the Jeff save. This is something that I mentioned earlier, that I was surprised Wartburg wasn't pulling out the Jeff. I mean, we did see it banned, but now the Jeff is going to be saved, which we'll see how that handles into a Psylocke following them around the whole time.
I mean, it's not terrible, per se, because of the swim as well as bubbles that can be thrown directly next to Jeff. Very good for survivability.
Yeah, Jeff is extremely survivable. Back before he was reworked, I remember there was a meta popping up about dive Jeff.
Yes.
You literally just live in the enemy's backline because they
DPS.
just cannot kill you.
DPS Jeff was kind of absurd.
Yeah.
Star-Lord pick, also from NDSU, and a ban on Mantis. It kind of seems like NDSU is... They seem very malleable, where they can kind of just fix to any situation, depending on what characters are banned.
Yeah, like you see the magic being flashed there as well for them. If they go triple dive DPS, that could be really scary. I mean, losing to dive DPS characters is one of the most frustrating feelings in hero shooters.
It never feels nice, because it's like you don't feel like you can do anything.
Yeah, you just die in 2 seconds.
Last ban there for Penny Parker. In the pre-selection, we are going to see that Quantum Tiger has Jeff selected. Does have a team up with Gremlin on the Venom. Marga is actually going to go Adam Warlock, at least in this little pre-section. They do lie here, and they pick every other character.
Yeah. So we don't know if this is the pick for sure. I'd be very surprised if they go triple support when Mantis is banned.
It looks like they are.
Looks like they are going. All right, we'll see how this works out. We see the Jeff doing his thing, swimming around, being the little shark that he is.
There is Yogatoon finally on the Strange. I hope we are prepared for this Deadpool edition on the right side of the screen every time that we switch to Quantum Tiger.
Yep.
And that's the problem, is I had muted the game. I was wondering why I couldn't hear anything. It was so uncanny.
Well, we got the game audio now as the round starts and people are walking out the door here. See Strange just trying to hold this corner, hold space. Not backing down for anything as Jeff's going to spray him down with healing sauce. And Venom going to go in. Tank up as much damage as he can, back out of there, and that's going to be Star-Lord going down.
Yeah, the first takedown of this game is going to be the Star-Lord, and actually the Luna Snow is going to get taken down. Both supports. Wartburg doing a good job holding here first. Dune out of position is going to be able to get back to the spawn.
And it is important, too, that they force the Psylocke to reset right there. As the goal of NDSU right now should be to survive long enough for Psylocke and Star-Lord to get set up on this flank. But they are dying just a little bit too soon before that's able to happen.
Yogatoon doing a good job of holding here.
Plus Captain America as well, kind of an interesting dive character.
It seems like they very much are going a full dive, essentially.
Yeah, Thor as well.
Yeah, when needed, Thor is very good on dive, especially getting into that back line. SKK is the first to go down for Wartburg. As there goes the Psylocke. Wartburg doing a good job. Here
Here's
is
the
double.
first ultimate.
King, though, is going to be able to use the Luna Snow ult. Great survivability here. Is going to power through both of the ults. Vishanti's power being used is going to take down the Luna Snow, but will get taken down for
He
it.
dies for it. Yeah, Captain America is going to be low. Is he going to be able to get healed up?
Here's the big one. Psylocke ult is go. Jeff getting set up. Is actually going to get Thor.
Ooh, it almost goes down, but does not. Going to take Thor to this corner and say hello to the entire team of Wartburg.
They're going to have to fight through it from behind. Not exactly terrible, though, for a character like Thor.
Yeah, unable to take him down. Normally, if you spit someone out in the backline, you're going to want to kill him ASAP, but he was able to go upstairs. They didn't spit him in the best location for the team. Adam Warlock fighting for his life right here. He is going to go down, but he does have self-res. Let's see if he's able to find a good location to do it. Probably going to just say no to that res and say go next.
Gremlin using that shield is going to get taken out eventually. Yugatun as well. Essentially a team wipe here, though NDSU won't get the ace to flash across their screen.
Uh-oh. This King pushed up a little far here. A little far for being solo support. Okay, now his team is with him.
You see Psylocke standing there right over the corner.
Yeah, just saying, I dare you. Take one more step. I dare you. Venom trying to get her off that corner. Uses all his cooldowns and survivability to do so. Gets healed up, but has no shields now.
SKK with the pick on the Thor. Yogatun pick on the Cloak and Dagger during the start of their ult. Also is going to be able to get the Star-Lord. That's his name. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the Psylocke going to get SKK for her troubles. As she's probably going to go down. Never mind. Gets out because Psylocke is a character in this video game.
A lot of pressure in on the Psylocke, though. Wartburg trying to do anything they can in order to essentially just mess up the timing of while they're fighting. Here is the ult.
Adam Warlock going to go down almost instantly to that. And now Psylocke ult comboing into it. Jeff going to just eat up both of those supports and just take him for a ride.
A Groot ult out of the side of NDSU. Did not even see the swap. Quantum Tiger is going to be able to get both
and he
supports.
takes them both down himself. But in the meantime, Wartburg taking some damage there, but they are going to be able to stay alive as Yogatun doing so much work on this Doctor Strange, actually. Surviving very, very well in this front line, doing plenty of damage, getting the shoot melee combos down, popping at the right time.
NDSU just barely able to get back in time.
They do get a support ultimate on point, though. That's going to buy some more time for the team to get back, but they're going to die even in ultimate.
The portal dropping NDSU down straight from the top. Vargas does have the Adam Warlock ult, so if anyone for Wartburg goes down, it won't matter. They aren't, though.
That's a phenomenal hold. Phenomenal hold from the side of Wartburg. They did not even make it to the first point. We didn't even get to see most of that map. And odds are we won't. I mean, no matter what happens here, if Wartburg wins, they're just going to win right away, or they're not even going to make it to that corner. So interesting to see what goes on here. And I was questioning that triple support when I saw it with no Mantis, but it's working out.
Let me remind myself of what this Adam Warlock is. Adam Warlock Luna Snow team up is.
I was unaware they even had a team up.
Luna Snow can borrow Adam Warlock's cosmic power to attach herself to nearby enemies, turning damage against them into healing for her. So that's why there's those characters are together.
This makes sense now.
The full Jeff team up now. We have Quantum Tiger on the Jeff, SKK on the Hela, and Gremlin in on the Venom.
Woo, you get to ride the fun elevator. Yippee.
This is probably my favorite part because whenever I play Invis, I just get to jump and I touch the ceiling.
Yeah. Nothing beats shooting the basketballs in Overwatch, though. That was a great addition.
I do kind of wish there was something similar.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not, to be honest.
Well, there's already too many polygons in the game.
True. I will give props that I do think the art style is very, very cool in this game. I mean, they did a great job turning the comic type of artwork into a 3D game. Way to go, Marvel.
Thank you, NetEase, for making a game that looks good.
Yep, and now we see Yogatune just walking through them, just saying, this is my space. I am the tank. I'm the one taking space here.
We see also, actually, NDSU also with the Adam Warlock Luna Snow combo.
Yeah, and 2 people going down from the side of Wartburg, but Yogatune doesn't care. Yogatune's just going to keep on fighting, keep powering through, and Wartburg just has the respawn advantage here. So any trade is not an equal trade, and the sidelock does go down, even though they're invisible. The eye of Agamotto, not the actual ultimate, but just the eyes of Yogatune, able to see that invisible character right there, and just going to take him down before they're able to turn that corner. And already, this is looking like Wartburg's probably going to take the map. Nobody's going to be able to touch. They are able to touch, but it's probably all going to be for naught. Thor trying to drop an ultimate on point.
Quite literally a sliver left to go. Wartburg essentially resting on top of what the point is. This Jeff ult is going to pick up Yogatune. That is
it was a suicide mission. Ooh, that might have been a throw, actually, using that ultimate.
Was going for the Cloak and Dagger, who did use their, when they go into the
Shroud.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Wow, and NDSU able to survive there. I do think that Jeff ultimate was a little bit of a throw. I think they should have just stayed there healing, making sure their team was alive. I don't blame them for going for it, though. Maybe had to wait for Shroud to happen first, I guess. And now Wartburg, still with 2 minutes left on the clock to try to win one more fight.
What I'm expecting here is I'm expecting Yogatune to go in, use their ult.
If they can stay alive, oh my.
To set up for
scarily
SKK,
low,
here it
and
is.
Here it is, the Eye of Agamotto, and everybody's going to get stunned there. Cloak and Dagger ult is coming out now. Probably going to wait out that Cloak and Dagger ult, and then SKK will pop theirs.
Magneto going up. SKK finally going to use it.
Gonna wait for that Magneto ult to be done, and now anybody who's outside of that Luna Snow ult will be getting shot down, but gets taken down right away. That Dragon's not gonna last a whole lot of time. Thor ult coming out, but
Adam Warlock ult being used isn't gonna work.
I mean, gonna be used just right out in the open, which typically you want to use it behind a wall or something to give some breathing room for your team. And Wartburg trying to do whatever they can to stay on this point. It might be a good time to just call a reset. It looks like they are going to back up and try to reset if they can. Doctor Strange going to go down as that shield gets broken. This is just wasting so much time now for the side of Wartburg. They're going to have to wait for this Doctor Strange to come back. They do still have over a minute. This is going to be last fight attempt here. Man, it looked like Wartburg was going to take it in just 2 seconds. But once again, NDSU holding their ground when they're on that last sliver.
Yeah, Wartburg able to get a lot of pressure up in the front, but NDSU exactly where they need to be in clutch situations.
Jeff does have ult, but Jeff ult, man, we've seen it be a liability in the past. They might just not use it.
Psylocke in behind now. Jeff just not going to care.
Yeah, just heal himself up, swim around a little bit. He says, I'm just fine, but the burst damage is going to be insane.
Double ult popped there.
And now Jeff, who's he going to get? Trying to get their back line. That Adam Warlock is going to get eaten. There's 2 people getting eaten, and he is going to go down right away.
Yeah, thanks to that Cloak and Dagger ult, Wartburg, after a great start, looked like it's slipping away for them.
And Wartburg should have Portal online still. We'll see if that comes out, but they do. Yep, there's the Portal starting to get used. I wonder if NDSU can do anything about it. I don't think they can. And here's the Portal going to be opened. Wartburg, one last chance here for sure. Now Wartburg on the Groot. Groot ultimate is online. It's going to probably get used right there. And it does. Grabs 2 people. Are they going to go down? No, that's going to be some support ultimates popped in order to save them from it. Fortnite happening here as we build some forts. Wartburg just going to lose a bunch of people, and it's not looking good. Adam Warlock trying to do what he can.
And that might have just secured Wartburg a place outside of the playoffs. This was essentially a must-win game. The Psylocke ult is going to defend the point, and NDSU will win it in a 3-0 sweep after what was a great hold by Wartburg and a great first push. It isn't going to matter here. And that's kind of how this entire game has been for Wartburg. They started out amazing. NDSU just capitalizing on everything, though, not folding in the slightest.
Yeah, tragic loss for Wartburg, as every single map was so close. So close. And it's hard to know from our view here, but I'd love to see in the replays sometime what went wrong. Especially that last map there, it looked like they had it in the bag, and I wonder if everyone just got so excited that they just lost track of their positioning. Because there's no way that you have that big of an advantage going into a fight and you still lose it. Wartburg definitely going to have some stuff to talk about here.
Yeah, no doubt. But tonight, that is it for them. They go down in the 3-0. You see it here, NDSU. I think this is the first time I've ever seen a 1-0 for a convoy map be the final score. Normally, at least one team is able to clip a point normally, but not this time. NDSU with a 3-0, moving them to 3-3 on the season. Or excuse me, that'll be 4-3. Wartburg falling back to 3-3. A very outside looking in chance of playoffs. It actually might be impossible at this point.
I will have to see all the cards fall. It might be impossible, but
I think because NDSU now move to a map differential of +9, Wartburg to a -1. Missouri State sitting at 7 map differential, so no matter what, I think that is it. Wartburg will not be able to make the playoffs for Marvel Rivals.
Tough. Hate to see it. Hate to see them go down in their first ever season. I think they played very, very well overall for the first ever season. I mean, they still got one more match left, but yeah, no shot of the playoffs. They got one final match altogether. Unfortunate indeed. But they've gotten so much better as time has gone on, so I'm super proud of them. It's not quite the end of the season. I mean, no hopes of postseason, but again, there is one more game, so I don't want to talk like we're never going to see them again here on stream. But yeah, always tough to see your postseason bid taken away like that, especially in such a tragic fashion. It's always a joke when people say it's a 3-0, but it's a close 3-0. But this was actually a 3-0, but a close 3-0.
Yeah.
Every single map was just within arm's reach, but not able to pull it out. So that's it for Marvel Rivals for tonight. There will be a Rocket League game at 9:30 tonight, a little bit of a late one, and this will determine Rocket League's positioning in playoffs as well. So another must-play match is Rocket League's last game of regular season, as they do have a bye next week in their last week of regular season. So this will be Rocket League's last game before playoffs and can determine a whole lot. I think if they win, they're in. They lose, they're out.
Essentially.
Yeah, if they lose, there might be some ways that things can work out for them, but I don't think so. I think they do have to win.
Yeah, I think if they win, they're 500, and I think that's essentially the minimum because
yeah, and they win all the tiebreakers.
Yes.
So if they win, they're in. Not sure what happens if they lose, but important game at 9:30 for Rocket League as well. So tune into that. Thanks for tuning into Marvel Rivals tonight. Have a great one.